I've been to the Olympics with boxing, I've been to 5 different weight classes, and I fought the best in my era. The key punch in boxing is the jab.
Hey, hold me back. Hold me back. You'll fight Eddie. You fucking hold me back.
Terence Crawford isn't just implementing new training methods for his upcoming fight against Canelo Alvarez. He's also added a new trainer to his team. The goal is to focus on specialized workout routines that will help mitigate his weight disadvantage when he steps into the ring. After training, Crawford even had a fun sparring session with Floyd Mayweather, where the two tested their skills against each other. Crawford has already started a mini training camp in preparation for his September bout with Alvarez, right after recovering from an injury. As an undefeated world champion, he plans to ramp up the intensity as fight night approaches. His early preparations have been impressive, particularly in adopting new training techniques to build size and strength, ensuring that his weight...
I think, I take more chances,
Excuse me, Crawford.
right now. But earlier in his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well. So,
weight deficit isn't a major setback. Crawford himself has acknowledged the similarities between him and Mayweather, and boxing fans have long debated who the superior fighter is. A recent analysis even suggested that Crawford would likely win in a matchup between the two. When it comes to pure boxing skill, few fighters have demonstrated the mastery of the sport, quite like Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about. Do you talk about money or do you talk about Pretty Boy? Because Pretty Boy was the seek and destroy.
His precision, jab, timing, and counter-punching ability enabled him to dominate opponents throughout his career. He evolved through two distinct styles, first as Pretty Boy Floyd,
and a reach from the left hooks again. And the lightning hand speed extraordinary. Left hook drops him, and then he hit his head off the miss here at the engine.
An aggressive fighter who pressed the action, and later as Money Mayweather, a defensive genius who edged out opponents with strategic brilliance. Whether comparing their skills or discussing who would win in a head-to-head battle, both Crawford and Mayweather stand as icons of the sport, each showcasing different but equally effective approaches to boxing mastery. Both phases of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s career contributed to the legend he became. Boxing fans continue to marvel at what Terence Crawford did to Errol Spence in their last fight. Whether it was his power jab piercing through Spence's guard, his precision in exchanges, or his perfectly timed counterpunches, Crawford showcased supreme boxing ability. While he's displayed this skill before, never had it been against an opponent of Spence's caliber. In terms of pure boxing ability, few deserve to be ranked above Mayweather. However, Crawford's style is different, equally effective yet more explosive. If Crawford were to fight Mayweather in his prime, how would their styles compare? Would Crawford's laser-sharp punches disrupt Mayweather's defensive mastery? Who would establish the jab first? Who would prove to be the superior counterpuncher? With so many possible outcomes, the fairest conclusion might be to call it a draw. Time and again, we've seen Mayweather lure opponents into the center of the ring, analyzing and computing their movements before breaking them down with a carefully crafted blueprint. His unmatched ring IQ and philosophy of hit and not get hit made him an enigma. Against Crawford's dynamic approach, it would be a battle of brilliance, one for the ages. Floyd Mayweather Jr. cemented his Hall of Fame legacy as an undefeated 5-division world champion. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford, having been crowned undisputed at both junior welterweight and welterweight, has showcased his own exceptional ring IQ throughout his career. Mayweather's hand speed, particularly in counterpunching, was one of his greatest assets. However, Crawford's ability to strike from unpredictable angles with rapid-fire combinations arguably gives him the edge in speed. Of Mayweather's 50 career wins, 27 came by knockout. In contrast, Crawford has secured 31 knockouts in his 40 victories, and he's still active. His dominance over Errol Spence Jr. was a masterclass in skill and power, dropping Spence 3 times before securing a 9th.
Look at this Spence, unbelievable. The young boxing fans that are watching Floyd Mayweather, you're seeing one of the greatest defensive fighter of all time. I mean, that's how strong.
You're wearing, then he's nowhere. You think you...
And again, it's not just hand quake.
8th round TKO, Crawford dismantled a fighter known for breaking down elite opponents like Kell Brook, Sean Porter, and Yordenis Ugas to become the unified world welterweight champion. Yet Crawford made it look effortless, with his punching power playing a major role. Mayweather's defensive brilliance, particularly his mastery of the Philly shell, allowed him to absorb punches with his arms.
Stands as a testament to the power of dedicated training and strategic physical conditioning.
An art form perfected. While Crawford possesses slick defensive skills of his own,
Movement of the head, the way he rolls with punches. Look at the way he makes them miss. I mean, here we go. Through a series of punches and nothing really landed. Terrific fighter for Mayweather.
Mayweather's ability to make opponents miss and pay was nearly flawless. So how would a prime Mayweather versus Crawford matchup unfold? After a cautious first round of feeling each other out, Crawford would likely be the more aggressive fighter early, launching and landing shots, even if many are deflected. But as the fight progresses, Mayweather's ability to adapt and control the pace would set the stage for a legendary chess match between 2 all-time greats. By the middle rounds, Mayweather's defensive mastery would take effect, absorbing Crawford's shots with his shoulder and elbow while countering with sharp jabs. He would begin banking rounds with his precision and control. However, Crawford's relentless pressure and firepower could still break through, potentially hurting the undefeated legend at times. As close as this fight would be, Crawford's aggressive style and relentless output might sway the judges. His ability to push the pace and land clean, whiplashing shots could give him the edge on the scorecards, earning a points victory over Mayweather's calculated approach. Terence Crawford, renowned for his exceptional skills and unbeaten record, exemplifies the power of disciplined training and strategic conditioning. His preparation for the Canelo Alvarez fight is a fusion of intense physical training and mental fortitude, setting him apart in the boxing world. Crawford's current training regimen is meticulously crafted to enhance his boxing skills, maintain peak physical form, and build the necessary weight to challenge Alvarez. His routine includes circuit training with weights, strength and conditioning workouts to boost speed and agility, and rigorous core exercises, where trainer Brian McIntyre slams a heavy medicine ball against Crawford's stomach as he does crunches. Additionally, Crawford incorporates mountain runs for endurance and swimming for cardiovascular conditioning. A firm believer in swimming's benefits, he commits to 30 minutes to an hour of laps each night, ensuring he remains in top shape for one of the biggest fights of his career. Swimming is a non-impact exercise that's easy on the joints while aiding recovery and muscle regeneration. Since it's not a natural movement for Crawford, he has to work harder at it, but the benefits are immense. Unlike running, swimming provides a different type of cardio, which greatly enhances his endurance. After swimming, Crawford transitions to boxing training, focusing on both offense and defense. His dedication is evident in pad work, where he refines his techniques with precision. One of Crawford's most remarkable skills is his ability to switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw stances. Initially, his coaches encouraged him to commit to one stance, but they eventually realized his natural ability to fight from both sides was an asset. As a result, he continues to train extensively in both stances. Sparring is an essential part of any fighter's preparation, and Crawford has always excelled in it. Early in his career, his exceptional talent stood out so much that even top-tier boxers took notice, seeking him out as a sparring partner to sharpen their skills. Timothy Bradley and other top fighters were impressed by Terence Crawford early in his career. Today, he is one of the best boxers in the world, with fighters seeking him out for sparring. However, few manage to get the better of him, as Crawford's skill level is simply elite. Though naturally right-handed, Crawford is just as effective with his left hand. When sparring, he frequently relies on his world-class left, making him an unpredictable and dangerous opponent. Boxing fans know that developing punching power requires intense training, and one of the best tools for this is the heavy bag. Like all elite fighters, Crawford incorporates heavy bag work into his routine to refine his technique and build shoulder endurance. Watching him train, you can see the power behind his punches, rapid combinations, and controlled movement. To maximize his effectiveness, Crawford varies his rhythm, sometimes striking with precision and other times unleashing full-force punches.